А ты со мной пытаешься это сделать.
It is here that my story begins.
Го туда, как обычно. Ищу сменщика или, короче, что-то лайтовое. Ищу хоп-ап на сменщика обязательно. Да. О, твой милый длинный лук. Сменщик. Что там местная, как сказать, thank you. Да. Сменщик, переключатель. В смысле? Он на хаос, он ищи. А чё? А стрельба была со стоков или с этого? Бля, а мы туда идем? Еще один переключатель. Вот те белые шмотки. Птица. Птичку, галка. Вон я вижу, вон там я одного вижу.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo.
Предлагаю двигать на базу. В сторону туда, точнее. Можно за шаром следить, а не шаром, где-то оттуда. Но. Плохо. Мы-то не пропустили пару золотых шмоток, а?
Да, даже если она золотая, блядь.
Оп, файт впереди. Осторожно, Саня. Ну тут где-то впереди файт. Идем туда. Идем в зону. Но...
Опа, они трех кинули он туда. Смотри.
О, череполом. Пошли наверх. Гайс. Давай ему 50. Ушел.
Зря так думаешь. Да никуда он нахуй не ушел.
Преследуем.
Вниз все.
Да,
Видите уже.
он стреляет, я не понял.
Это я на поэтому который типу падал.
Откуда кто падал?
Там решили чувака. Так, сзади лук брось.
Вот тот вот внизу. Чтоб лучше слышать. Вот тут в
A
этом
fine
доме.
state you're in this morning.
Не один.
What on earth did you get up to last night?
Нокнул рейв.
Оттуда. Блядь, пиздец. Леха, вот ты там пострелял, а я вперед. Грубо говоря.
Nothing much. Me and the lads were
Whoa,
just having
me a
a chat
robot.
in the tavern. Some wayfarer stopped by. He was telling us what's going on in the world, and well, I lost track of time.
Well, I hope he didn't fill your head with nonsense. Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me.
Вот тут вот, короче,
It's
робот
connected
был.
with that scratch on your hand, and that suspicious-looking character with a sword
Сзади.
who turned up in town recently.
No, it's just
Бля.
Matthias was
Что делать,
teaching
сука?
me archery.
Archery? Do you want to become a poacher? Have you any idea of the punishment for that? And where did you get a bow, anyway?
Oh, come on. I've no interest in poaching. It's just a bit of fun.
Christ, give me strength. Just don't do anything stupid. For the love of God. Promise.
I promise.
В зоне, что ли? Ага, вижу. Мы его это убили. Ну, в смысле, нахуй. Да. Я его залутаю. Ну, у него тут особо ничего
You need
нету.
to do anything
О,
about it.
блядь, ну его нахер, зона,
Ah,
я
you're a
убегаю.
good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Вот она.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for?
No, I haven't. They shouldn't be
Надо
hard to
там-
find.
Я дал там 2 раза роботу. Вон, туда зашли.
Matthew and Fritz aren't.
I never said they were, did I?
А это вот
If I
второй.
really minded you going for a beer with them, I'd have put a stop to it long ago. I was young once too, you know. And your father was no angel when he was in Kuttenberg.
Of course he wasn't.
You don't believe me? Ask him yourself.
All right, I will.
Нам бы на эти
You're not
кости
a boy
пойти, а?
anymore, Henry. You're a man, and it's time to start acting like one. Yesterday you promised your father you'd help at the forge. If you made yourself useful now and then, I wouldn't mind your mischief making so much.
Оп, я вижу того. Там на крышу, Санек, к тебе зашел на крышу один, бангалор. Я ему дал. Вот тут вот заходил. На крыше нет? Так на крыше или нет? Ну, это может быть бангалор.
Подо мной. Вот он, да, бангалор страны.
Ага, зачем спрыгнул?
Опа.
Вот оттуда вас стреляют еще. Вон бегут двое. тебе на крышу заехал робот. Давай уезжай оттуда, Санек. Вот тот робот.
Блядь, там бензовор уходит. Робот все полетел. Где-то под вами бензовор бегает. Робот уходит. Добро. Вот ушли. О, попал, мало. Иди, я. Вот. Что, Жена? Я буду. У меня патроны слишком.
Вот тут ребята двигаются.
Где они? Прыгай, время уже.
Идем сюда. Леха, мы тебя с зоны не спасем.
Я бегу. Я предлагаю на ним дойти.
Куда? Сара?
Да, надо выходить.
Ну, давай попробуем.
Вот здесь вот чуваки, там чуваки, блядь. Что-то слышно.
Ну, Сара не зоны, на Саре убьет просто и
At
все.
least you're up. That's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh, that drunkard. That'll be
Нокнул.
fun.
Я нокнул.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer.
Sure, I'll be happy to hear it.
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for
Get on the
Sir
booking.
Isaac's sword, which I had engraved in.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right.
And ale.
Да,
Stop off
лечится
at the
того,
tavern
кого
on your-
нокнули. О, тут, блядь, заборы стоят.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice...
Нет, хреново. Давай назад, ну его нахер. Ну реально, там эти заборы. Гранат нету. Значит, еще пиздят на отходе назад. Пришли, ушли. Да какой один выстрел? Там все в заборах, блин.
I'm with you, Henry.
Ну,
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzik, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
а мы не смотрели.
Right, they're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and
Yup.
give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Это не нокнул, это ты добил.
Нет, там я потому что там один отряд.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Это зона тебя хуярит.
See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will.
Зона беспощадна. Давай стоим здесь, Саш. Давай, чтоб здесь нам... Ну, блин, они здесь зайдут и будут за камнями сидеть. Красава. На тебе патронов. Нету. 200. Все, тебе можно идти? О, мы в зоне, кстати. Блять, не могу залезть. Оп, я залез. Не кажется ли тут кто-то топотих, да? Ты топотих? Не делай так. У кого-то есть гранаты. В смысле нахрен нам гранаты? Ну тогда ждем. Сейчас будем стрелять. Ну, что вполне вероятно. Я бы там сидел уже. Блин, Леха, сядь где-то и двигайся вперед-назад, пожалуйста. Вот ты двигаешься передо мной, и потом я буду тебе в задницу стрелять. Это был...
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent...
I've got nothing. Clear.
You know you owe father for a lot more than...
Ой, зипка.
Get...
Все. Учитесь. Есть? Погоди, отвлек и тебя не заметили. Это одинаковые вещи или нет? Окей. В старину это называли мальчик для битья. Я в платину 3 перешел. Ну что начинается?
Sod! You're going to cry now? You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
Ну, вряд ли.
A locked chest. I need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might.
Да, говорил. Погнали на череп. И чё? Никто не хочет.
Ma? Ma? I'm hurt.
Won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that.
Сейчас
There
посмотрим.
you are, good as new. You
Да,
ought to
почти.
learn to do that yourself.
Тут ребята
Thanks, Ma.
на рынок завернули. На черепе есть. Давай сюда вот. Может завалить, может нет. Еще хупап на сменщика. Зачем так много стреляет? Ну, блядь, там мясо сейчас. Ты уверен? Я не уверен. Погнали туда, вот, на сторону вода честной. Но все равно в зоне. До сих пор 20 отрядов, кстати. Ну да, ну не половину. 5 отрядов точно бы уже улетало бы.
He had to attack the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Italians and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas?
Ага, все, я понял.
The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts
мы уже ушли оттуда.
because your Wenceslas would not
Ты
go
правильно
to their
сказал,
deeds
что ты
even.
сюда, что ты за ним не ходил.
Now,
Чуточку.
I'll be with you, Henry. I'm with you, Matthew. What's going on here?
Deutsche
Что-то еще для
shit.
тройночка.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
О, Норвик, я туда беру тройночек.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side.
Ну, Норвик.
To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzig is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief.
Какой-то это
Loyal to the king. And if he heard
переборщик.
you talking like this,
О, знаешь, короче, что я видал
Your
сегодня?
deal will soon have
О,
nothing
не
left
хочу
to
этот
prove.
тройной эффект.
Jobs had
но
to sell
различный.
Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is
Короче,
with Sigismund and
сегодня
For Germans like you kissed
в одном из матчей случилось то, что никогда не случалось вообще
Yes, but
в наших играх. Даже когда мы играем вот с голосом, все такое.
Let us talk of more pleasant things.
Чувак прибежал и дропнул мне золотой шлем.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas
Как
is
тебе
our
такое?
rightful king.
Прикинь, просто, вот, короче, маякнул мне, подбежал, дропнул мне шлем,
I
подбежал
might have an
дальше.
idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he,
Ну,
Fritz?
нет, у него не было потом золотого шлема.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up on the pillory?
Я за лайфлайн, по-моему, бегал, типа, а золотой шлем, он, по-моему, откат скорости скиллов, ульты, типа, по-моему, дает, или что-то такое.
You know,
И он, типа, с тем расчетом, чтобы я это...
You think we should redecorate for him?
О, белый рюкзак. В смысле подойдешь? Ты что,
I'd rather
лохотал?
touch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
what do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things.
Ну, кого там музыка такая орёт?
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
Саш. Тут легкие патроны. 301. О, пошли лут возьмем вот тот вот, который
I
падает.
don't want to teach the Deutsch a lesson.
Неподалеку.
Well, that's disappointing.
Honestly, hell. How could you put...
А, блядь, его взяли. Вот там вот кто-то. Да вон чуваки бегают. Они лут золотой взяли. Давай не знаю. Ну, они раньше там бегали, теперь там бегают. Вон чувак. Это другой склад, интересно. Так пусть файт. Пускай они друг друга. Гайс. Где? Точки они.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get.
Really?
It's just that someone has.
В смысле, тут никого я не видел.
It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
Подходим. Давай, идем. Воу. Угу, там двое. Ну, рейв хорошо. Ну там вот.
One beating wasn't enough for you?
But you still owe my father.
You'll get nothing from me.
Тут он прыгнул
Tell
вниз.
that to your old man. I'm telling you, lay one finger on me and I'll have you thrown in jail.
Надо бить. Дал по голове. Толстый внизу где-то. Я говорю, внизу где-то. Давай подойдем. Ну, все-таки там уже несколько ног или нескольких убили уже. Так, тут пусто. Мне не нравится то, что оно все затихло. Вот тут лайфлайн. Он толстый. Каустик.
Have you lost something?
Вот тут двое.
What in God's name is he up to?
О, броник сбил. Куда направо?
Hey, hey, what are you playing at here?
Блядь, кто тебя убил?
Good health to you. Good luck
Блядь. Сученька. Ну все, нам придется. Вот они залазят сзади.
Let's have a word about the price.
Sure, why not?
What do you say to this?
You won't convince me with that. Tough luck. Take care.
А что ты делаешь? А где пока?
Это...
Ага.
Вот что.
Иди.
По-моему, там... короче, А я хочу птичку посмотреть. Я вот должна ли птичку?
Let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
Are we agreed?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree. Forget it then.
Я не могу. Я...
Let's talk about the price.
Sure, why not?
Ты знаешь, нас в 99% матчах убивают, так что...
That's better. Drop in a bit more and we'll call it a deal.
Так, у него 4000 матчей.
Как меня бесит.
Капец. Дёргает.
Сранец.
Let's have a word about the price.
Naturally.
Agree?
A nice sum. Just lower your...
Oh, that's a decent price.
Понял. Давай развалим ее.
God save my love.
Делай, Файдер.
You too, handsome.
Just ale.
What
Лёха,
else
бери
would I
робота.
expect from a village
Вот он.
lout? What will it be then?
Бля.
Ragamuffin?
I need ale.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a...
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today.
Don't worry, dearest.
Oh, how?
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too.
Vanya. He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would...
Enough.
Hal?
Henry,
I put something...
Is that so?
Your favorite...
Really? You're an angel.
I...
You bet I will.
Почему 5 недель? Да. 4 недели прошло. Ну, нормально. Я ж тебе считал, ты помнишь? Я ж тебе считал, что в неделю 10 уровней минимум берешь, и ты типа зашибись. У тебя там еще свободно куча времени остается.
Hail to the hero. Have you recovered from yesterday's great war?
It was nothing.
No mother's happy when her son starts to take...
I don't want to rot in this hole forever.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance.
Yes?
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfolders.
Когда или куда? Ну, я же говорил, в Прибалтику. Третьего.
What the?
Давай туда. Ну, будет следующий матч в яме.
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, You can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Давай. Да.
Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Это что, пробивные? Ты забрал его?
All right. Now try to hit me.
Тебе он
You have to
нужен?
put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides.
Ну давай сваливаем правее, Санек. Давай не будем
Never
сильно.
repeat yourself.
Тут лут еще есть. Давай сюда.
Not bad. Very good. Now you're getting it. Fine.
Потому что ни патронов еще ни хера нет у меня.
The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Good. Very good. Very good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
Это я стреляю по птичке.
Стоямба. О.
Nice. Fine. All right. That's enough. I don't know about
Блядь,
you,
где
but
этот
I'm tired and thirsty.
фиолетовый
Remember though,
бокс? Ага, вижу.
train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat.
Окей.
There's nothing
Да, ну повезет. У меня кто-то топотит. Ну, там чувак на шаре был. Блять.
Блин. Что я отмычки?
Окей. К вам сверху идут, он в упоре. Ну, блин, с севера. Вот он. Блять. Не знаю. Никто не хочет нажать кнопку «Готово».
What did you actually do in Kuttenberg?
Oh, all sorts. You had to be able to put your hand to anything if you wanted to make a living. But I was never far from iron.
I'd like to see Kuttenberg sometime.
I'll take you there one day, never fear. It's a beautiful city. But in the end, you'll learn the best places here by the Sasau. We've kind noble...
And do you know Sir Radzig well?
We've known it... About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. That's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Я воскрес.
Doesn't look like Czech to me.
Где надо?
Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. This will be the finest sword I've ever made. Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, I heard some gossip about what happened to Deutsch. I expect you know something about it.
Maybe.
Maybe? Someone threw dung at Deutsch's freshly lime-washed house, maybe? And maybe those cronies of yours had something to do with it?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Oh, got what he deserved, did he? Look, I don't know if you're mixed up in this or if it's just those friends of yours. It's all the same to me. But I have a trade to run. The German pays well. And having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. Do you understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of the king?
Does that boy ever listen to a word I say? So Deutsch spouts rubbish, so what? You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas, it's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now, stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Sir Istvan?
True, Sir Radzig. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Istvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, And then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
Talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits. Like keeping you my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing! Move it, people! Come on! We're running out of time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates! Keep running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates! Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to town, Burke! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Бегом, бегом, убегаем. Блин, заблудился в тупых кустах. Что там за мной гонится? Тут красивый меч. Ладно, побежали.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Поехали, поехали, поехали. Тихо. Стоямба. О, лошадка. Блин, не успел сохраниться. Так, погнали. Ладно, чтобы они меня их станули. Вообще ни разу не должна меня хитануть. Мне этой стрелы в ноге то хватает на жестком режиме. Чтобы они еще меня коцали стрелами или мечами, дубинами или... Давай, едь. Идем. Блин, они за мной едут. Кусты. Сейчас кусты не залезть. Чего? Отстают? Да, отстают. Все. Посмотрите, сколько хп у нашего Киндри. 41. Плохо. Очень плохо. Почему? Давай.
Go! They'll kill you all! Yeah.
Запоминаю, 37. Здоровье.
Warn the others. They've tore its scallops.
36. Плохо. Все очень плохо.
Run for it.
Генри все голодает и голодает. Гены, точнее. Шатка устала. 34. Надо срочно доехать. Вроде бы отвар из календу останавливать. Помогает, типа, сдохнуть. Ну. Хз. 33. Не, ну все уже. До скриптового момента уже доезжу. Все. Отлично. Фух, выжил.
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Hanyu! Husunkinne! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
Who is that?
I don't know. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
И все. Умер мужик. А, нет.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone.
Серьезно?
Only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand?
Костей не достал, серьезно? Там...
There you go. Good as new.
Там чуть больше кончика зашло в
You
ногу.
idlers nothing better to do.
Ему
Get back to
костей
work.
не достал. Ну,
You'll
прикольно.
have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
Зато у него жирная нога, жирная.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robart. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry.
Гены из Рязани.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take heed and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Прискукал, как говорится. Так, уже целый час играю. Еще 2 часа. Ой, блин, это уже час ночи будет. Еще 2 часа, и мы пройдем пролог. Так, а ну. Здоровье 100. Хорошо.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss.
Ну, веди.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Без шуток.
I can't understand why he wasted his time. I'm sure he had his reasons.
Must.
He had a fine reputation.
Eat.
It's a great loss. Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear. Aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Ща похаваем. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, сейчас сдохну. Пюрешка. Жареная утка. Вкуснятина. Подожди, да, я еду свою заберу. Ща бутерброд сделаю. Так. Значит. Хлебушек. И все это запьем вином. И все это заберем. О, командный сыр. Так, сейчас надо сохраниться. Господи, спаси, сохрани, как говорится. Здорово. Здорово. Нас попросили это все снять. Вот 6 утра можно снять. Это как обычно делаю.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
No. It is I, Henry.
You might be right.
Speedrunning.
It was terrible and done it. A fellow by the name of... It got a bit heated as well.
Oh.
When I'd done all the...
Она сильнее меня, ничего себе.
Father and I always... He said no. If only you'd known what...
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a bit...
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. I saw Deutsch trying to defend himself. The man who'd mocked King Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. He slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee. I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror.
that will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her. My husband had some
Рассказывает о том, что когда она была молодая, ей пришлось выйти. Когда была молодая, вышла за старого Дивиша. Так называл ее отец, и, короче, когда осаждали Тальнберг, его посадили в тюрьму, свою же. Он стал еще старее, еще более старым, и ей пришлось жить с этим. Вот. И она потом такая: ну ладно, что я тебе рассказываю, и ушла. Все.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Массового поражения. Так. Так.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
I'll be with you.
Halt! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive?
He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storming of the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! There's only a soulmate right there now!
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Good day to you.
Страшно, который будет стоять в стене. Представь себе, прислонись к стене и отдохни. Блин, мод сломал. На руках бегаю. Это скоростной дозор. По-моему, это он. А.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. I don't think it...
I will.
Столько. Точно пакет.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Sweet Jesus. We're going to end up like skeletons.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot! Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Нам жопа. И кулачок. А, не, нам повезло. Эх. Фух. Ура, ура!
My lord, you have my utmost.
Помахал рукой, а не кулачком. Слава богу, все.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Sir Robard,
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund...
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs.
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders.
Good luck to you.
Ah!
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll...
Let me out, I say. Don't you know who I...
Someone who's about to lose his teeth.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Rob...
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I can... If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
Good luck to you.
Ладно. Там охрана. Придется пробежаться по стенкам. Еще можно... Прекрасная вещь. Блин. Валим. Да пошел ты. Рожденный бегать по лицу не получит. А, получил. Ладно. Сейчас заново взломаю замочек. Заберу вещи и не буду приставать ни к какому охраннику. Так будет лучше для всех. Погнали. Последний раз, как я играл в Kingdom Come, тут улучшить производительность. Я быстро загрузился. Отлично. Просто Замечательно. Можно щит собрать. Берем. Забираем 2 лука и убегаем. Потому что сейчас придет чел проверять. Потому что он только что воскликнул. Типа, кто там? Все, валим. Так, этого чего не будем трогать. Что? Гены из Рязани напился, шнапс. У него ловкость меньше. Из-за этого я не смог его придушить. Так. Здорово. Паркур. Так. Потом... Это все отделим. Ищем... Лошадь. Ну, вот это можно... Да, только на вот этой. Ну, поехали. Сдаем назад.
Good day to you.
Здорово. Так.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone...
Обязательно. Так, скалится направо.
Yeah.
Блин, как я рад вернуться в эту игру. Очень классно. Вот Ведьмак, младший брат Ведьмака. Он уже от первого лица. Это очень классно. Ой, сейчас идем родитель. Ой. Так. Я пропущу это все. Потому что там никаких диалогов, просто Гена из Рязани начал осматривать территорию. И вот что он нашел. Сейчас подгрузится. Вот.
Jesus.
Согласен. Грабить трупы я не буду. Поэтому бьет мне лошадка. То мы просто пойдем вперед. Так. Значит, берем вот этот лук. Стрел у меня пока что нет. Потом будем справляться. Так, щит я использовать не буду, потому что не хочу, чтобы он пострадал. Вот первый чел. Первый фраг. Давай.
tired of life, are you?
Ах ты. Вот так вот. Я уже перегружен. Просто смотрю. Еще до у них просто морковки. У них ничего такого стоящего не будет. Так. Тесак оставлю. Хотя ладно, он вообще просто параша. Там нужно выкинуть. Еда дешевая. Ну ладно. Какая дешевая, легкая, то есть. Придется эти вещи повыкидывать, потому что не ские испугался. Это во-первых. А во-вторых, ну, зачем, типа, вот так одежда будет. Погода классная. Так на Терезу похоже. Что там со здоровьем? 91. По идее не должно убивать. Нет, не убивает. Что-то скалится, то бежим. Сохранимся. Ну, движок. Деньги уже куда-то подевались. Еще один движок. Ну, это у них чистая езда. У них денег никогда не будет. Ну, я имею в виду то, что найти не я никогда этого не встречал. Стоять. Ты кто? Испугался аж. Когда первый раз проходил, я... Так, сейчас он устанет. Я начну спринтовать. А, он тоже начал спринтовать. Ага. Ладно, пофиг. Вот что-то очень странно. Добавили, короче, этого NPC. Это очень странно. Раньше его не было. Ну, прикольно. Чуть-чуть изменили, я еще испугался. Но он закричал: «Эй!» Вернее, лошадки. Ну, как я и говорил, у них только еда и все. Так. Надо в обход идти. Так, надо бы сохранить. Как раз уже дошел. Время сохранять. Впереди чел. Это лошадка. Это гнездо. Ничего себе, оно высоко. достану. Да, вот он спавнится. Сохраняем. Штампс пока что много, но все равно это осторожнее. Погнали. Иди сюда. Такие как ты я ел на обед. Ах ты.
Take that!
Все равно об этом никто не узнает. Тем более один будет меньше. Знаю, я сделал плохо, что не пощадил его. Не, один без собирать не буду. Знаю плохо, что... Знаю, что я плохо сделал, но... Еще забыл. Глаза.
You stood by his side and he did this to you.
Нет.
In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. You didn't abandon me like me.
Это его жена. Ну, тут кое-кто валяется.
No. Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I swear it.
Ну, перевели ее имя как Бланка. Ну, да ладно.
And then I'll come back for you. I won't leave you like this.
А вот кольцо и штампс не пришлось забрать. Так, стрим уже 2 часа. Идет. И это только начало. Только пролог.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find a shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Как говорил один человек, смерть для живых никогда не должна быть на самом первом месте. Смерть не должна быть главнее всего. Но об умерших забывать тоже не надо.
Get away, you mutt!
away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishop? What in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master.
What do you care what I'm doing here?
I asked what you're doing here. How about you give me an answer?
If I want to confess, I'll go to the priest.
Do you know what happened to Teresa? I fled the humans.
No, I don't. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
Could you lend me that spade?
What's it worth to you? I see you have a...
My father forged it for Sir Radzig.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that...
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take him to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of corn. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well.
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
So that's the way of it? Not without a sword, huh?
Ушел ты, брат. Господи, прости меня. Да, у него ничего нет. Просто так его вскрыл, чтобы прокачать. Навык взлома. Собаку изменили. Поменяли текстуру собаки. Раньше они все такие черные были, просто все черные были. А это уже другая текстурка.
So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye. Cut the bastard down. As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth. Ah!
Приплыли. Минус щел. Коротышка. Ща минус коротышка будет.
Finish the little bastard bleeding blood.
Cunt! Да, минус коротышка. Какая именно коротышка, я догадывался.
Told you how it
Ну, я пытался.
You should have listened to me.
Стоя ему доспехи попался.
This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
Все. Конец пролога. Вот и начало игры. Красота. Ротаю. Прекрасный город. Если его городом можно назвать. Стоят замки. И заставку эту изменили. В самом конце шло затемнение, а тут затемнение в красной краске. Я прибежал туда, куда надо.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
Спустя несколько дней
You're
бреду.
awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
Еще немного позже.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life.
and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Так. Все. Стрим будет выключен через 3, 2, 1 секунду.